Hello, my name is Garret Risley with Remax Realty Associates, and today I'm joined by 2005 Mahomet Seymour grad, Jedi Brown. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure, Garret. Pleasure being here.
Thanks. So we've got a bunch to cover today, as Jedi has opened up Ice Daddies in 2015, then he opened up Patty Daddies in 2023, and most recently the Mahomet Chocolate Company in 2024. So I'll just get right into it. We'll start off with Ice Daddies. First question is, why Ice Daddies, and where did the idea come from?
Yeah, so Ice Daddies for me is really nostalgic, and me and my best friend, we were sitting at the Mahomet Auto Fest back in 2014, and he's also from the area, but he's from Decatur, where they had a lot of shaved ice shops set up around the city. And when I grew up, we had Jessup had the batting cages and mini golf over by Schnucks, and it had the snow cone shaved ice. And so we started talking as we were sitting there looking at the cars, and he pitched that we start a shaved ice truck. And with my background in food and his background in business, he really thought that we'd make a really powerful pair to get this done. And so that winter, we started the plans, and in February 2015, we incorporated Ice Daddies and started that summer.
Okay, all right. So then, fast forward a few years. In 2020, we had the pandemic, and a lot of small businesses, such as your own, had to pivot, adjust, whatever, or shut down altogether. So where did you find yourself in that mix, and what did you learn about yourself from that experience?
Yeah, so, we're very fortunate because a lot of food trucks didn't make it out of the pandemic. Since we were, relatively mobile and kind of a small operation, we ended up, shifting our focus from doing parties, fairs, and festivals, because that's what really we've done in the past, and those weren't happening during the pandemic, to where we could set up very, and kind of symbolically, where Jessup had his mini golf rounds, and we set up kind of daily where people could come and eat outside and visit us then, and that really just kept us afloat over that summer.
Sure.
And funny thing is that we had planned on expanding in 2020. We had bought another trailer. That was going to be when we were going to start expanding and going to more events, where we could do two places at once. And that kind of put us on hold for a year.
Sure.
And then 2021, we kind of hit the ground running with that second unit.
Okay.
And we also realized that, to grow and to kind of reach our goals, we needed to add something more to the menu. And so we added ice cream to the menu at the end of 2020 into 2021.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. And where in Mahomet can we find Ice Daddies at this summer?
So we're going to be all over. So you can find us kind of a lot of events and parked all over town.
Okay. So shifting gears now to your second and third venture, Patty Daddies.
Yeah.
All right. And congratulations, I've heard are warranted here. You've celebrated 1 year a few months ago. Yeah. And I just wanted to say congrats to that. I'm sure it's the first of many.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah. So same first question though. Why and where did the idea come from?
Yeah, so this one is not as nostalgic. So my wife was working at the schools here in town, and she ended up leaving the schools to do Ice Daddies full time because it was getting so busy. And earlier into the season, people started reaching out, wanting us to come to their schools, their businesses, and it's very hard as a business owner to try to work full time and run a business where you actually have to be out during the middle of the business day. So she left the school, started doing this, but in the wintertime, there's not a whole lot of shaved ice and ice cream being sold in this capacity. So we needed something to I wanted something to keep her busy. And so I was like, well, let's just open another food truck, something that we can operate year round. That she can operate year round. And so, I thought of what is something that is not as common around town. And there are a couple of burger trucks, but there's not, as many as you might find as like Mexican taco trucks.
Yeah.
So we ended up going with burgers because, obviously I like a good burger. So we ended up with Patty Daddies, and the name was kind of like, how can we relate it back to the Daddies theme? Yep. That's what we ended up with.
I love it. Yeah, big burger guy myself, so thank you for that.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah.
So in your mission statement for Patty Daddies, you say that you want to elevate the art of the burger and focus on its simplicity. So have you found that to be a successful business model so far?
Definitely. I think if you start with the basics, I'm a very picky eater, so I like a lot of my stuff just plain. Right, so if I can really enjoy a plain burger, that the meat tastes good, the bun tastes good, and you use quality ingredients, when you start adding stuff on top of that, it will really elevate the burger. But if you don't have a good foundation, you're not going to have a good product to start with.
Love it. Love that. So where can we find Patty Daddy's located in Mahomet this summer?
Same thing. It's going to be traveling all over. We're moving all over. We're only going to have one this summer, so you don't have to worry. So it will be a little limited with the truck, but you can find us kind of parked all over, and we've already started scheduling events for the year. As soon as 2024, start to come to a close, we've already started booking out 2025. So we're going to be all over this summer.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And last but not least, the Mahomet Chocolate Company. So is this something that you kind of came by naturally, or do you just have a sweet tooth, or is it more of a niche that you felt needed to be filled at Mahomet? You knew that the chocolate lovers would come running.
Well, I think it's obvious that I like to eat, and I have a sweet tooth. So I think it's a natural fit for us. I think that there's really nothing like this around. When we travel around, we find these little niche chocolate places, and we find that there's not anything in Champaign, there's not anything in Mahomet. So we really felt that it was missing in the community. So we decided to get it started. I'm not an expert in chocolate yet. But I also wasn't an expert in shaved ice and ice cream when we started. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to be growing, and we have plans to expand the shop this summer.
Okay.
So we're looking to do that, and we're hoping that people will continue to come by and enjoy the treats and really come see us.
Okay. And since the Mahomet Chocolate Company is relatively new, what are some of the things that are on your menu that our viewers might not be aware of?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. So my favorite things are the jumbo turtles because it's got caramel chocolate and it's got pecans in it, and it's just kind of like gooey and all the stuff that I really like. Sure. But the chocolate pretzels are kind of like my go-to snack because they're got a little bit of saltiness and a little bit of the sweet, and kind of just grab a little bit here and there and go, and I don't feel too guilty about eating it.
Sure. So last question I have for you is, how has growing up in Mahomet, being a part of this community, kind of filtered into your business practices, your business models, and why did you overall, I know that you travel a lot, you venture out of Mahomet some, but why have you, for the most part, decided to remain local?
Home is where the heart is, right? So I have family here. Like you said, I grew up here, and I've said before that when I went to school here, I didn't always appreciate, the school system and the people that in the community. But as you grow older and you mature, not many people would say I'm mature, but as you get more mature, you start to realize the things that are important. And I think having a small community that supports others is very important, and that's what Mahomet has done with us. Especially, when we started Ice Daddies, the community really helped us out and really made it successful. And they talk to people outside of the community as well, and talk about how great our product is and how well we do business, and so it's really helped us grow. And so that's something that I really appreciated. And so I like to give back to the community. We do a lot of stuff with the schools, and we don't go around advertising it because it's not about that. It's about taking care of the people that took care of us and giving back to the community.
Sure. Well, thank you for your time. I know that you're nothing but busy, so I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today. And for those of you that are viewing today, this is Mahomet's People to Know. Thank you.